Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm going to do a review on this EternaBond tape that I installed just over 2 years ago. The tape, when I installed it, the video I made, I'm going to put it link to it right up in the corner here and in the description below the video. So I taped all the joints on the trailer. You can see up there, and then I'll show you over here, all around pretty much everything. I didn't want to have to deal with that liquid Dicor sealant anymore. So it worked out really well, and I just want to do a review on it. I've had close to 150,000 viewers view on it, a lot of comments and questions, and a lot of people got back to me and said they did it, put the tape on their trailer, and they're very happy with it, and they wish they'd done it earlier. So it's kind of nice to hear those the feedback on it. So I'm going to go around the trailer and show you close-ups of the areas to show you how it's held up. Pretty much looks like the day I installed it. And I'm very happy with how it's sticking and adhering to the roof. So I should get years and years of maintenance-free roof on this trailer. So this trailer, it's actually, I think it's close to 7 years old, and I decided to do this tape because I was just tired of messing with that Dicor, putting it on and touching it up and worrying about leaks. So let's go around and take a look at this, and I'll show you close-ups of what it looks like. Let's take a look here, starting at the back of the trailer where the ladder is. So you can see here, I went around the rungs. And areas here like this, it's what it does, I found out, it's not bubbling up. What's happening is the roofing, it wasn't adhered properly, so it kind of curves up. So this tape just follows it, like you'll see back here. Here's a good example. You can see here, it's adhered to the roof, but the thing is, the roof is bubbling up slightly in some areas. So I'm not worried about that. As long as this is all adhered to it really nice and tight, I'm good. And you can see around the vent here. And then this here, Max Air vent, I went around it and I put some Dicor in here where the water can leak. And I wrapped it up. You'll see in the other video where I installed this, where I went up the side. I had a question from somebody asking if it's holding up, where I glued it up to the side here, adhered it to it. And the answer is yes, it's holding up very well. Going over here to the side, I'm glad I did the sides here because there's a caulking that goes along here, a sealant, and I got tired of dealing with that. As you can see, it's holding up just fine along here. And I'm glad that I wrapped it around the edge to cover this trim, because this trim is known to crack, and so this will protect it from the UV rays, and it'll be fine. If I ever had to get in here, I would just cut this right here with the utility knife, pull this off, and then put the tape right over it again. So I'm not worried about it. Let's see, going along here, you can see where here it's bubbled up, but it's actually on the roof, adhered to the roof nice and tight, so no water is going to get under there. Let's go over here to the skylight. Same thing, it's just the roof bubbled up a little bit, but the tape is adhered to it. It's all holding up really good. Right here, looks good. Same thing over the refrigerator vent. It's holding up great. So you can see right there, holding up real nice. So let's go up towards the solar panels and take a look. Hey, I kind of got ahead of myself. I've had a lot of questions I want to show you here on the skylight, where people are saying, well, what if I have to replace my skylight? Then I'm really in trouble here. Well, you really aren't. So you can see here, the skylight goes here, here's the edge. So if I had to replace this skylight, You can see the bump here for a screw, the screw. So I'd go ahead, I'd take a utility knife and I would just cut right around here, all the way around. I wouldn't even bother peeling this up. Wouldn't even bother. I'd go ahead and cut it all the way around. I'd take and cut around the screws so I could remove the screws. After I cut around the whole skylight, I would take and pry it up, replace it, screw it back down, and then I would probably I could go with a 4-inch EternaBond tape right over this whole thing again, but I would probably put a slight bead right here of the Dicor first on the seam, let it dry the 30 days it's recommended by Dicor, just a small bead. I wouldn't go nuts, and then I'd do the EternaBond tape over this. I'd go with 4-inch tape, and if you wanted, you could do 6-inch and go farther if you want, but 4-inch would be fine to run across there. And so you could pretty much do that with all your stuff. If you want to replace this vent someday, just go ahead and cut around here, peel this up, and then replace it, and then do your new tape over it. You could do 4-inch or 6-inch. It's up to you. So don't sweat it too much. It's worth it to take care of this. Any potential leaks in the future that could happen, be preventative. Take care of it. Don't sweat the small stuff. You know, you can just tape over it. It still looks good up here. You know, I'd rather have this than the Dicor goop breaking down on me. Now let's go up towards the solar panels and take a look. So on the solar panels, what I did was I put, you can see on the installation, I'll put in the description below this video, I'll put a link to the video I did when I installed the solar panels. But I used well nuts and screwed them down, and then I put some Dicor here, and then on top I put the tape. So I just did the tape for extra protection. It's been sticking fine, as you can see. And then I did, when I ran the wires across here, I put them down, and I just put the tape here just so it hold it down. I didn't want it flapping in the wind when I was driving down. The wind was coming down this way. I didn't want it lifting up, flapping. It's a lot cleaner too. I could have put a piece of tape here, skipped, went here, put only a few. I thought, why not just go all the way and make sure it's all clean? So that's how that turned out. And I'm happy with that. So, and actually, the tape on top actually adds a little bit of adhesion to hold the solar panels down so they won't lift up. So now, let's go here to the antenna. Now, I did have to replace this antenna here, and the base is different on this antenna. It's square, the other one was round. So you can kind of see what I did. I went around and cut the edge around the round antenna base, and then I taped it because I want to make sure it was all taped up nice when I put the new one on. Then I'd adhere the new one back in place, and then I put Dicor around here, and waited a month or more for it to dry, and then I taped it. I used 2-inch tape. I could have used 6-inch, but I decided to use a 2-inch, and it's holding up. I did this probably about 6 months ago, and it's holding up fine. So let's go up towards the front of the trailer now. So up here in the front of the trailer, I have my wires coming from my solar towards the front. And what I did, I'm not sure if I showed this when I installed it, but here's what I did here. I didn't want water pooling up in here. So the wires come down and they go down here and down my rail of my awning. So I have a little tube right here, the drain tube I put in, and it actually runs around, and then it comes out here out the side into the gutter trough. So I think that works out pretty good rather than accumulating water here. So you can see up here, it adhered real nice. It's still staying in place, and where it adhered to the fiberglass, it's really good. So let me spin around here. I'm real happy with this. It adhered fine, and it looks just like the day I did it. And then the same here. I'm crawling around, so bear with me. On this hood, it's holding up. You can see it's kind of bubbled up, but that's just the roofing coming up. That's what that's about. But it's adhered tight. That's what I care about. And then it's good there. So I'm happy with it. I'm going to take you around to the side of the trailer so we can take a look at what it looks like around on this edge down here. So here we are on the side where I came around over the trim. You can see it's still holding up nice. It's really tight. And like I said, if I need to replace this or take the gutter off or something like that, if it clipped a tree or something, I can just take and run the utility knife down here and then remove the trim and then remove the gutter, do what I got to do, and then retape over this. If you ever have your roof, you want to do something with it because it's starting to break down, or you wanted to seal it, you could seal right over this. There's a RV Armor, and this guy that I follow, Barrett with the Gimpy Camper, if you look up Gimpy Camper, I'll put a link to his YouTube channel below in the description. He's done that. He's done some other stuff, and that armor is guaranteed for life, so that's a good thing. It's a nice coating. So he shows them putting it on, and then also a follow-up video later of how it's holding up. And then he's also got another video where he's taken a Predator 3500 generator and put a remote start on it. So you take a look at that. I'll put links to those videos and a link to his site below. So if you want to check him out, he has a lot of good videos. And so anyway, it's, as you can see, everything's holding up. If you ask me if I do this again, yes, I would. I'd go the tape rather than the goop any day. I don't like dealing with that. And I still see people doing it and installing it. I've helped a few people do it, and they really like it. So I'm happy with that. There are some people out there that say, no way I would do that, but that's their choice. If you choose to put it on your roof, it's your roof. And I stand behind what I do. So if I didn't like it, I would let you know. So with that, I'm going to say thank you, everybody. Hope you like this video. If you don't subscribe already, I hope you hit subscribe and that bell icon to be notified of future videos. And feel free to leave comments if you've done this tape and you're happy with it, or if you're not, make sure you let everybody know. People read the comments, and give me a thumbs up if you like it. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and happy camping.